Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is the 10 books I'm going to read before the end of 2024. So there's a TikTok about this called my 10 before the end books, which is basically a quick summary of the 10 books I'm reading for the 2024. Basically I seen someone else do this trend and I have 10 books left to read before I meet my reading goal, which is 50 books. So I thought I would do a more in-depth talk about the 10 books on my list to kind of keep me more motivated to get them read. Also, a quick disclaimer, if you can hear like banging in the background, it's fireworks, because here over in the UK, when I'm filming this, is November 5th and that's firework night, so there's fireworks and everything. They also have like massive fires because of, I'm not going to do massive, but basically big fires happen across the UK. I've got a video which I'm going to put up here. It's going to show you the fires, that like how big the fires can get, which is just quite frankly ridiculous. So yeah, you probably did see one there. That was pretty loud and pretty close. But yeah, that's the bangs, it's fireworks. Anyways, we'll get straight into it and I'll show you my 10 before the end books. So I'm going to start off with book number 1, which is my current read, which is The Teacher by Freida McFadden. Listen, I know I've not heard great things about this book, but I love this author. Freida McFadden, she is one of my, if not my favourite author. I have not read this book. It's been on my TBR for months and months and months. I literally spilled coffee on it the day I bought it, which is quite sad and tragic. But yeah, I've heard not great things about this, but I thought, you know, the last book I read was Freida McFadden and I read that in like 2 and a bit days. So I was like, you know what, I'll get this one done. It's a bit chunkier, get it read. But yeah, also want to say yet another thing I'm doing is I'm giving myself 5 days per book to read each book, and if I can't finish the book in 5 days, then I'm gonna DNF it. And then obviously if I don't reach my goal by the end of the year, that's my problem. But 5, so I started reading this today and I've got, so it's the 5th of November today, so I've got till the 10th to finish reading this, which I probably will because I tend to get through Freida McFadden books quite quickly. As I said, the last one I read took me literally 2 days to read. So a lot of the books on my list are, so I think 8 of the 10 books that I've got on my list are mystery thriller type books. So I'm going to start with the 2 books that are not on that mystery thriller list. And the first one is a fantasy, which is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. I thought this one was a good one to add into the pile, as I'm still continuing the series and it's just a short little book. It's a nice little book just to read, and it'll be nice, quick and easy. So that's one of the books I'm going to be reading this year. The other book that is not part of the mystery thriller gang is Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erickson. Now one of his other books, Surrounded by Psychopaths, is really what got me to reading again. This was at the beginning of this year, I want to say. That's probably what got me to reading again. So I picked up this one, and Surrounded by Psychopaths, he briefly goes into this book and what the colours mean, and basically every person is a different colour. So yeah, this is talking about the colour system and how to understand those who cannot be understood. And we talked about the 4 types of human behaviour, so I think that'll be quite interesting to read, as I really did quite enjoy the other one I read, which was Surrounded by Psychopaths. Now let's get into the thriller mystery genre of books. So 2 of the books are book 3 and 4 of the Thursday Murder Club series. So I've got book number 3, The Bullet That Missed. I did actually DNF this book. a few months back. I can't remember when it was, but I did DNF it, so I want to give it another go and try and get it read. I enjoyed the first 2 books. I think they were like a 3 or 4 star read, something like that. But yeah, I want to get this read, and then depending on how much I enjoy this book, read this one straight afterwards. The Last Devil to Die, which as of right now is the last book in the series. They're both pretty chunky books. I think they're like 400-ish pages. There's quite a lot of chapters. They're quite short. They've got like different POVs. They're pretty great, so a part of the list. And then this one, I have seen this book all over TikTok, and I've had it on my TBR for so long, so long, and it is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I'm not great with pronouncing names, but yeah, this one, I know this is a really popular thriller on TikTok, and I just haven't read it, haven't picked it. I think I've tried to pick it up once or twice. I just haven't been able to pick up. I mean, scrolling through here, the chapters do look pretty short, so it'll be quick for me to read through. Yeah, that's literally like it on this book. I know nothing on this book, but that is on the list. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to read all of the thriller mystery books that are on my bookshelf for the end of the year, so that I can reel off that shelf of my TBR for the end of the year. So that means I've obviously got less books on my TBR, but then also means that I've got a whole sort of genre off as well. Anyways, the next book is Drowning by TJ Newman. Basically this talks about a flight that goes missing, flight 1421, and it talks about like what happens, like why the plane crashes and what happens to the passengers, and trying to save this flight and all that. And like aircraft books, I like books that I'm really into, because like the aviation industry is like one that I've worked in, and one I sort of want to like invest like my working career into. So this is on there. I think I actually bought this when I was at a layover in Edinburgh, when I was going to Glasgow for a couple of days, and I seen this and I sort of like immediately picked it up and was like, that's coming home with me right now, and it did. And so I read it, and I bought this in June, and it's now November, so did a good job with that. And then the next one is a Christmas murder mystery. It is set in Gateshead. It is called The Killer's Christmas List by Chris Frost, and it is set in the northeast of England in a town called Gateshead. It's sort of close to where it's where I'm from, it's where I live, sort of thing. But yeah, basically this killer has like the obsession with the Angel of the North, and I'm pretty sure like all of this, like all these this murderer always kills people around like the Angel of the North. Like he hides in the woodland area that is like surrounding the Angel of the North, and he kills people, which is weird. But yeah, I also wanted a Christmas book, because I've got like quite a few like witchy Halloweeny type ones, so I wanted a Christmas book, and it's a murder mystery set in my hometown, which is great. I picked this up a couple of weeks ago when I was in Nottingham for a few days, and I seen this in the works, and I instantly was like, yes, picking you up, you are coming home with me. Okay, the next one is The Maid by Nita Prose. I also got this one when I was in Nottingham, but I got this one at Waterstones, so it was full price, £8.99 for this. And basically it's set in a hotel, but from what I've gathered, it's like a hotel version of The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, but also not at the same time. Do you know what I mean? But that's just what the vibe I've sort of gotten from looking at the blurb. I'm actually excited to, like, I would never usually pick up a book like this, but I read the blurb and I was like, you know what, that actually does look quite good. So I picked it up and hopefully it's as good as it sounds. The last book on this list is The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden. I am actually quite excited about this read because I've had it for a couple of months and I've heard such good things about this book, so I can't wait to get it read. I can't wait to get it finished. And yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you what it's about. I put the blurb, I just couldn't tell you what it's about. I'm pretty sure I got this from Waterstones, got excited and was like, yes, I'm getting it. So I got it, and I'm pretty sure I got this with the free money that I got from the points that I'd used in Waterstones. So like, I don't know if you do this in like America and stuff, at Waterstones in the UK, if you get like 10 points, you get £10 on your account. So basically, I got this book for free because I had £10 on my account. I used that to pay for this book, which was nice. So, and I've heard great things about it, so I'm excited to get this read. I'm not sure if it's gonna be my next read because I have just read like I was saying with The Teacher. I'm reading that right now, and the book before that was The Boyfriend, all by Frida McFadden. So I don't know if I want to read 3 Frida McFaddens in a row. I might, but yeah, that's the last book that's on the list. So yeah, they're all 10 books that are on my list, and I'm very excited to get them read. They should be quite easy for me to read because they're all books that I'm quite excited about. I know the authors work very well, hence with Richard Osmond, Thomas Erickson, Sarah J. Maas, Frida McFadden, know their authors very well. And then with the other 4 books, I obviously don't know them very well, but they're all thrillers, and a couple of them are about things that are like hit close to home with me, sort of thing. So yeah, I am very excited to get them read, and I might do reading vlogs to show you the progress that I've made. Obviously starting off with The Teacher, but yeah, that is the update I'm on chapter 5 of The Teacher, and so far it's meh, it's alright. I mean, most Frida McFadden books are, and like this book, compared to The Perfect Son, she's pretty chunky, so I feel like it's gonna take more than just the normal amount to get into it, because it's a chunky book. So yeah, that is the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed.